Hey everyone, my name is Tommy Reynolds, and in this video I'm going to take you behind the scenes what happened when I did my recent ballet photo shoot. So the reason this shoot actually come around was because I did a talk at the photography show this year, and if you haven't seen it then just click that little card there where I spoke about how you can turn your personal work into money. And in that video I spoke about how if you've ever got yourself in a creative rut and how you can get out of it by doing one personal project a month. I had no idea how good the response was going to be on that video and on the day when people were coming up and said, I'm in the same position as you, I'm in a creative rut as well right now and I'm trying to find my way out of it. And it surprised me just how many people felt the same way and how many people have gone through that creative rut. Everyone's reaction, it was just people's pure reaction, inspired me to want to create a video where I kind of make it a bit inspirational, make it motivating, where I have a little voiceover saying how to get out of that creative rut. And I thought, well, what better way to celebrate that than to pay homage to my very first personal project I did 3 or 4 years ago, when I decided that I would do one personal project a month. And my first personal project was doing a ballet shoot. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could do another ballet shoot using hopefully better gear, better knowledge, and a better team, you know, that sort of thing. So I wanted to try and update every element to it. So this photo shoot is actually more of a backdrop to what I'm trying to explain in the voiceover. For me, the voiceover was always the most paramount and more important thing to do. I just wanted to try and create a photo shoot that just complemented what I'm saying. So that was my thought process. So when it came time to do the shoot, as I said, I wanted to improve every single element compared to my last video. And if you really want to watch it, it's up there in the corner. You can go and check out my very first ballet photo shoot. So let's start with the location. We shot this at Chatham Historic Dockyard, and this room has been used to shoot Kanye West's music video, well, one of his music videos, and Les Mis has been shot here when Anne Hathaway got thrown out of her work. We absolutely love this location. Let's go straight onto the gear. Let's start with the camera. I used my workhorse, it's my go-to, it's my Canon 5D Mark III, and in terms of lenses, I was very fortunate to be sponsored by Sigma for this video, so we're only using Sigma lenses, and even Mike, my cinematographer, he is also only using Sigma lenses. So thank you ever so much for Sigma for sponsoring this video and allowing us to use your amazing art lenses. So the lenses we used was the 24mm, the 35mm, the 50mm, and the 85mm. I was so blown away by the 85mm actually. The 85mm is probably one of the sharpest lenses I have ever used. It felt like I was using a medium format camera because I was so impressed with the sharpness. And I know that there are megapixel full frame cameras a lot better than the 5D Mark III, but even still, using the 85mm lens on my 5D Mark III was just insane. It was so sharp. So I was so impressed with it. So for our first setup, let's start with the lighting. Again, thank you ever so much to my sponsors, Pixapro, who also sponsored this video. Thank you ever so much, guys. They provided all of the lighting and modifiers used in this video. And for our first setup, we used a modifier that I don't use that often, and which was the 120cm deep parabolic softbox. Now I could have gridded a normal softbox, but I know that this deep parabolic softbox, this is what it was made for. This is when you use a deep parabolic softbox. So I knew that I needed to get that softbox far away to get everything in so it wasn't in shot, but at the same time I still wanted a channeled, controlled soft light. So this modifier was absolutely perfect, this 120cm deep parabolic softbox by Pixapro. With the first setup though, in terms of lens choices, I started with the 24mm and realised straight away that I wasn't getting the right amount of compression. So that's why I swapped to the 50mm. In fact, I actually went to the 35 and went, nope, not enough, and then went to the 50 till it felt like it was good enough for me. It felt like it was a good compression. So that's what it's all about. You just got to experiment. There's no harm in taking some test shots of anyone around you. So obviously I took some test shots of my buddy Sam. Sam's been assisting me for pretty much all of my shoots. He's my go-to, my first assistant. He's there, he's an extra pair of eyes when he's on the tether screen as my digital tech. If you've never shot tether before, then click the link up there and there's 5 reasons why you should be shooting tethered. So that was the modifier. Now the light I was using was the Pixapro City 600 Pro. This is a game changer. This is an amazing, amazing light. What I love about this is the color accuracy. The color accuracy on this is just perfect. I don't see a single white balance shift if I am going so for example, when I want to take a shot of Ayla, our dancer, in mid-air or when she's in mid-pose, I want to be able to go and make sure I get the perfect one. Using the City 600 Pro, the recycle time is fantastic. It's very professional and it just won't let you down. It's a great, great piece of kit. So for the next setup, I wanted to go a little bit experimental. I got a random delivery one day with a big box, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you put a light inside and shoot through the little flap from the door on a cardboard box? I wonder what kind of light that would create, and if it would create like almost like a door frame effect, and thought, yeah, that would be cool. Let's see if I can experiment with that. So I cut it up and see if I could shoot through it. Now straight away I saw that as it left the box, it then spread out and it was diffusing and it wasn't creating that harsh line. So I then added a couple of apple boxes. I then put a reflector on top just to kind of cover and stop the line on the top. And I was able to create this really cool effect. So for this, I used the floor stand from Pixapro with the City 600 Pro, just bare bulb, just firing straight out. And I didn't know if it was gonna work exactly. I'd experimented in my studio. You may have seen on my Instagram stories me doing this, but I thought I'd give it a go, and it actually worked. I was really, really impressed. It came out really, really good. So, you know, that's the whole point of personal projects. It's, you know, trying something new. Get yourself out of that comfort zone and use a personal project to try something different. For the next setup, I used a 55cm beauty dish by Pixapro. This is a fantastic beauty dish. I love this. It's great because it comes with a grid, it comes with a sock. For this setup though, I was using it without any of those modifiers, without the grid or the sock. Now what you don't see in the video though, is I've actually got another light outside of the window firing in, creating a nice hair light on Ayla's hair. I was using a CTO gel on the Pica. I was using a Pica 200, which is the same flash that I use whenever I go abroad, this beautiful portable light. If you want to check out some of my travel stuff, then just click the card up there and that'll take you to there. But for this, I put a Magmod CTO gel firing just outside of the window. For the next setup, I used the beauty dish again, but this time I put the grid on so that I could channel the light forward so that it was only really hitting the top half of Ayla. I didn't want that spread left and right like I did in the last setup. I wanted it to just be kind of channeled on Ayla's kind of upper half of her body. However, for a fill light though, I brought in my Pixapro Ricoh 400 fill light, which is the ring flash that attaches to the front of my camera, which I absolutely love. I love this fill light. If you've been watching my channel, you know how much I love this. It just gives that painterly quality to the image. It just gives you a bit of wiggle room with the shadow slider in Lightroom, because it just fills in the shadows on the negative side and also fills in a little bit of light on the wall. Just a hair though, that's all I need. And also for the bottom half of Ayla, which technically isn't being lit that much because of the grid on the beauty dish. So I'm controlling it very subtly using the Ricoh 400 ring flash, which I absolutely love. And if you're wondering how I meter my light, I use a Sekonic light meter, which I use a lot of the time in studio environments. If you've never used a light meter before, then click the link up there, and there's 3 reasons why you should be using a light meter. And for the last setup, I kept the beauty dish, but this time I took the grid off, but I kept my Ricoh flash on, and I wanted to let Ayla just kind of freestyle it basically. I knew, in terms of the music, I knew I wanted to use this particular track. If you don't already know, I'm now officially an ambassador of MusicBed. So if you ever wondered what I use in my behind the scenes videos or my travel music previously, it all comes from MusicBed. So I'll leave a link in the description below. The quality of the music is so much better than any other site out there. So if you want to get your music for your YouTube, then get it from MusicBed. The link is in the description below. So we actually played the track out loud so that Ayla could hear it, so that she could like feel the beat, and which made it easy for us to edit later on in post, because it's, you know, the vibe on the day was the same track, if that makes sense, because I knew I wanted to use this track, and that's what inspired me when I heard this track to do this video. Music inspires me. It really does inspire me to think of new ideas and get out of my creative rut, because it just, I don't know, it's just me. I find inspiration just from listening to music. Just do something for you for a change. Don't worry about what other people want or what they're asking of you. Why did you get into it? You got into it because it was fun, so please give it a go, and I guarantee you won't regret it. Please drop any stories below if you've tried it. What are you going to be doing next? I would love to hear it, and share your personal projects with everyone else, because sharing is caring. Thanks ever so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.